Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 51. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Special guest in the building for episode 51. My girls, what up, though?
What up, though? What up? What up, though?
They doing a whole performance. Shout out to the E-Block Radio Network if you want to see them do that. And I'm going to need to like, rate, review, subscribe song at the end of the episode, but you already know.
Okay, man. We got you. We can do that.
All right. All right, y'all already know what the rundown is. Bruce, you locked in and ready? Let's go. How to Hustle a live show. How to Hustle live show is February the 20th. February the 20th. We're getting close to that time, y'all. 6 p.m. at the barn, 4901 Catherine Street. It is 6 p.m. Tickets is $15. You hit the link in my event, right? You hit the Eventbrite link in my bio on any of my pages. It's there on all of them. Custom Hustle had to change the name to Custom Hustle World because it's now more than jerseys, and now we have the sweatsuits available. We got the Custom Hustle sweatsuits, we got the custom jackets, we also still have the jerseys available. So however you need the situation to be iced, I can ice you. And you get a free wristband with any purchase from Custom Hustle World. H2H Cleaning. Follow me at H2H Cleaning on Instagram as well. That is my cleaning business. That is in the tri-state area. But if you make it worth my while, I will slide. Now, let's go through the radio rundown. Detroit on Mondays at the GFT Radio Network, 2 p.m. Then my bad. Detroit on Monday is the E-Block Radio Network. My bad, Q. Tuesdays is the GFT Radio Network. Wednesdays is the Kickback app, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thursdays is WTNUphilly.com, 12:30. And then we go, I Say Podcast Radio Network, 10 a.m. on Fridays. THC Radio Network, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. We're still looking to fill in that Sunday slot, y'all. What's going on out there? All right, let's go. Special guests in the building. Like I said, these are my girls. Second appearance for them. Y'all ready? Y'all locked in? Y'all loaded?
We ready.
Copy that.
We ready.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, we got
go
a
ahead. Go ahead. Oh, yo, come on. All right. Do you have to lose yourself to be in a relationship? Like, can you still be the person that you wholeheartedly are if you're gonna be in a successful relationship? Talk to me, ladies. Man, we need a little bit more.
So my first response, because you was like, can you be your wholeheartedly self? My first response is yes, you can be your wholehearted self in a relationship, but things will change being in a relationship because your person should also better you too, and you ain't gonna be in the streets like you used to be in the streets. So some things will change, but I feel like your core true self will still be the same to me.
Hold up, my bad, y'all. Y'all throw y'all names out there for the audience and the listeners, new listeners every day. You know what I'm saying?
You what? You're right. Cause E-Block don't know we on Mondays. What was Tuesday?
GFT.
GFT. The Kickback know us already. Who on Thursday?
Thursday, WTNUphilly.com.
THC was Friday.
THC is Saturday. Friday is I Say Podcast Radio Network.
Yeah. Hey guys, y'all. What up, though? It's Jess G from the What Up, Though podcast. That's it. Tashi. Just Tashi.
From the What Up, Though podcast. Yeah.
All right, copy that. Go ahead now. Get back into what you.
But yes, I think that you can be your core true self, but some things about you will change because you evolve and grow every day, whether that's in a relationship or
you should.
Maybe not every day. I'm gonna say every year. You should, but I'm gonna say every year you evolve and you grow, regardless if that's a relationship with a partner or a friend. Relationships change. Your friendships change. Your relationship with your person change. Who you are in general, but you will still be should still be your true self in a relationship.
And regardless of what kind of relationship it is, the people around you, you're like your company. You're around like-minded company, and you become the crowd that you hang with and the people that you date. And I've had many different friends in different phases of my life who I feel like I've been different versions of myself with. Mm-hmm. But in a relationship, I feel like It's not even that. Well, it is hopefully always moving towards the better, but you move towards what works. So sometimes that requires you having to change something.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not necessarily be something that like changes who you are. I would hope that you don't have to change the things that you really like value about yourself, because that's where you get into shit being toxic and unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Copy
So
that.
it's definitely a fine line in what you let somebody make you feel like you have to change, being in a relationship or a friendship or whatever it is. And that's when you knock them people out of your life and you start realizing, like, oh, okay, I can be a better me now. Because sometimes you don't even see how people changing. Your friends
The
usually
hardest.
see it before you do in a relationship.
Yeah.
Turn the speaker down. That's you getting feedback. That shit loud. Um, the hardest thing for people to do is evaluate themselves. And the hardest thing for people to do is like make the proper evaluation when they look in the mirror. But to answer this question, I would say you would absolutely not have to change one of the things that Tachi just said. You don't have to change like your core values, the things that you honor, respect, and like those type of things. Those things will still be there, but surface level things, a lot of things will have to change because different people require different things.
Mhm.
So to say me and Jess was in a relationship for 2 years, she requires different things than they'll say me and you, Tachi, is in a relationship for 2 years.
Mhm.
Like I can't love y'all the same because you're two different individuals. So
Right.
that could be that relationship, would be even if you got multiple kids, you can't love them the same because they not going to be the
Mhm.
same person. They may have traits and things that they do that are similar, but it's like this one is a hothead and this one is emotional as hell. So you can't go
Mhm.
at those situations the same. But yeah, you would have to grow and evolve, which you would always be wanting to do, but everybody doesn't do that. Let's be honest about that.
Mhm.
Um, but especially
Man.
like if you go into a marriage, you've been with somebody for 20 years, or you've been in a relationship for 20 years, you've been in a friendship with somebody for 20 years. Like
Mhm.
the same person that you was at 15 shouldn't be the same person at 35.
Yep.
That
Like, yeah,
part.
Yep.
you can again have traits and things that is like these are the core values that I hold on to, and these are the things that I ain't budging on. But like, you got to be able to be flexible in any relationship because it's like if we both stand here and say, "Well, I'm doing it this way and I'm doing it that way," we ain't moving together and moving forward. We don't have
What
a team, then
people
we got two individuals.
what people don't realize about being in a relationship is that you're not gonna end the same as you started. Like it's gonna be constant growth because evolution as a person is gonna happen regardless of who you would. Well, it should
Again,
happen.
let's keep throwing that caveat. It should,
It
because you know
should.
some nigga, you got an uncle or a cousin that still live at their mom house, and that nigga's
Mhm.
53. So
Right.
J. Cole said it best. A lot of niggas getting older, but they never grow up.
Yep.
yeah, copy
But
that.
you're gonna evolve constantly, and you have to expect that. Like people who are in relationships and are get upset because their partner is changing, you should expect that. What you have to do is learn how to change and grow with them, and that's
Mhm.
relationships, friendships. When they're moving forward, that's why you got to leave some people behind because they're not ready to go, and they'll
With you.
hold you in the spot where you don't need to be. But some people
Everybody
are so
can't everybody
attached
can't
to
go, and that's perfectly fine for you to
no.
love them from a distance.
Some people are so attached to the idea of a person though that it's hard to like separate your growth with like being stuck with the person. Like you'll be stuck in a relationship for too long and not pursuing things that you would be because that you might feel like that person is holding you back or they can't come with you, but you're trying to hold on so tight to them that life isn't happening the way it's supposed to. Because naturally
Something
that's
else,
what's supposed to happen.
something else that you said too. If you said like the people that you're around is like what you'll start to gravitate towards, and if you're around, shout out to DJ J So because we talked about this on the episode that I did with him. If we're around somebody when we gonna keep talking about 2011, we ain't never getting no fucking better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing to grow this situation? And if we both still stuck on 2011, the relationship that we had in 2011, how is that gonna help us in 22?
Yep.
Like, because we should at this point, like I was saying, this could be marriage, two guys, two girls, whatever it is. We collectively should be trying to do something better or something different than we was doing because our
Mm,
values and things like our life, our perspective, the experiences that we had, all of those things should have changed by now.
yep.
Like we shouldn't be on the same thing we was on when we was 22. like you can't be. If you are, then like I mean,
Yeah,
pray for you.
sometimes the memory of something is so much better. Like the memories that you have, and you
The
get so
memory versus
stuck
the
in that.
experience. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get so stuck in that, and it's like some stuff just has to be a memory. Like
Mhm.
you have to enjoy people while you have them for what you have them for, but that's not a guarantee that they're gonna be there forever. And it's not a you don't own anybody. And moments are moments. Like the only thing that's constantly changing is time, and that shit is going to keep going regardless. But we got to be moving on. Nobody can be stuck in one time.
Some people be holding on to the relationships because they feel like the person gonna change. And y'all niggas need to stop doing that too.
Mm.
Oh, we got plenty of people who I'm so special and I'm gonna change him and I'm gonna change her and they gonna see the light
You
and do
can't
things
change that
differently.
man. Can't raise a
Mm-mm.
man. He's
Chill, that's my
already
shit right
grown.
there.
What you won't do?
You wonder why he come on now, that's my shit.
I'm just saying, you can't raise
Uh,
that man. That man is grown, and there are certain things about a grown person you are not gonna change, and
Especially an old nigga.
especially an old nigga.
Baby, a grown
see,
man.
hold on now. One thing I
Pop
want to dive.
his ways, okay?
One thing now that Tachi said, I own her ass. Okay, after okay, the amount of money that it took me to spend on that situation, I own her ass. I got paperwork on her. All right. Shouts out to my wife for those who are not watching on the E Block Radio Network. All right, so now to throw this one at you first, Jess. What would you say was the biggest change that you saw yourself making in a relationship?
The biggest change I saw within myself. I'm so perfect. I don't know.
Oh man, my bad.
No,
The prophet Jess over here is
the biggest change that I've seen in myself, just like overall, because I haven't been in a
Mhm.
relationship in a long time.
I'm saying you, it could be your and Tachi's relationship. It could be, like I said, we could talk any relationship. It don't have to be of the sexual nature or the opposite sex or nothing like that. Whichever relationship it is. It could even
Sometimes
be with your. It could be even with your daughter.
I just try to, well, this is a big growth. So from the last relationship I was in, and I feel like I've talked about this before, I didn't speak my mind. Like I swept a lot of shit under the rug, or I would feel a certain kind of way and just not say shit for the sake of I don't want to argue. And that's completely out the window. If I feel a way, or if something is truly bothering me, like I gotta speak on it. Like I'm not necessarily coming to you in an argumentative way, but if something is truly bothering me, and that's in any relationship, even with my daughter, I'll be like, "Oh, girl, tighten up." So I think that's been my biggest growth, and that's across the board in our relationships with family, parents, friends. If it's bothering me, I'm gonna tell you about it because
So
I'm
as
not
a
about to
friend,
sit here
you want
and
to make sure that your voice is heard.
sweep shit under the rug because I don't want any uh you know, I don't want to
Lingering
fight about it.
problems.
Yeah. I'd say that's my biggest growth.
Tachi, this is the
Uh,
audio medium, Tachi.
wait, repeat the question. What was my biggest growth in a
The
relationship?
biggest growth that you've seen in yourself in any relationship.
So I got this ex friend,
Wow, she
and
really doesn't like that nigga. She's rolled her eyes deeply twice.
because it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. But this was
Is
my
this the
best
nigga that you
friend.
took all the stuff out of the crib out that I heard on the What Up Though
No, not
podcast?
him. We're
Oh,
not gonna
okay.
talk about that nigga. Nah, not him. So this was my best friend from the time I was 12 up until this past year. And I feel like so when I was younger, I feel like I was very I I would really, really bite my tongue. I would bite my tongue with everybody. Like I was kind of the same way. I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to start nothing. I didn't want to like be the source of the problem. And I feel like as the years went on in that friendship, I got more comfortable with myself and with being able to speak on stuff, and not as much as I probably even should have. but it ended up kind of, I feel like, being the downfall of the friendship because she got used to me being that way and me evolving as a person. I started being more outspoken and saying what it was that I really felt, and people not used to you being like that. Like they feel like your personality is locked into being shy and quiet and timid. And then once you really open your mouth, it come off as being a bitch or argumentative or a shit starter, even when it's simple communication. So for me, it was a good thing because it was definitely, I'm not a shit starter, but I wouldn't talk before at all. And it naturally played itself out how it was supposed to.
So, and this thing that you're saying, this is something that I did kind of want to veer into. People will always say, like you said, that was friends since I was 12. So people will always tell you when you've had those long relationships with you, like, oh, that's not the real you. So it's like, at what point is the real me established? Is the real me established when I'm 12, when I'm 20, when I'm 30, when I'm 40? Like, when does it get to be that this is me? Because this is the whole conversation. Is like, you got to be able to grow, evolve, and, get better and get better as time goes on. But if you had this relationship with somebody since you was 12, since we were kids, and some people just want you to stay, you're this friend for me because that makes it easier for me. You're the person that I can always vent to. You're the person who's always going to come to me with a problem. You're the person who is always going to make me feel better about myself in some situations. Like, people will always want you to stay in that box, and they don't want you to ever get any better or grow. And then they try to like weaponize it and turn it against you and say, you acting brand new type shit.
Yep. I don't feel like it ever ends. Like, I mean, I feel like at a certain point, you know who you want to be. And I think that if that's the person who you want to be and who you're actually working towards being, that's the real you. Like the person that you want to be, but not who people perceive you. When you're 12, you know people when you're 12, and they don't necessarily want to see the growth that you want to see in yourself, that's not the real you. That's who they want to perceive you as. You are the only person who gets to pick who you are and who you want to be and how you take your steps forward to do that. That don't have nothing to do with how somebody else look at you. And that's usually the problem and stuff like that, is people don't want to open their eyes or grow with you to adjust, because you have to adjust your friendships to stuff like that.
That'd be people looking for the approval of other people and not confident enough in who it is and what they want to do and what they are.
They low-key jealous.
They like what do you call it? Self-conscious. Like, they don't have enough confidence in themselves to the point where it's like, if every time I do something I gotta go, what you think, Jess? And it's like, you always need to be reassured by somebody else, then that means that you don't have enough confidence in the decisions that you're making. Again, that could be you trying to keep that friend to always be the person who guides the way that you go. Like, these are so many different relationships that you can have with people, especially, like I said, when you've known them forever and they always been that one thing for you. And all everybody be trying to do is just make the situation easier for themselves. Fuck you getting better for you getting better for your kids, you getting better for your husband, your wife. They don't be trying to hear none of that shit. Because you doing that is making it harder for me to do what it is that I'm trying to do.
Right.
And that'd be the fucked up part. Because if somebody really your friend, it's like, it ain't about what's best for me, it's about what's best for you, which is about what's best for us and makes us better, not just
exactly.
makes me
it's
happier
all about
for the moment.
The whole relationship. You as a person evolving, but the friendship and the relationship has to evolve.
Yeah.
And that means it's gonna look different at certain points. But some people cannot let that shit go. Like, whatever it initially was, they're not able to let that go.
Still talking about 2011.
Yep.
For me, I would say the biggest change that I had in a relationship is even wanting to be in a relationship. I never had a girlfriend in my life.
And married.
That's what I'm saying. See, like, me and my wife was talking for years. Like, that was my best friend. The reason why I would always call her that is because it was like, if I was moving and need somebody to help me carry the other end of this couch, she'll come do it without no questions asked. Niggas I'ma call gonna go, oh, my son, my daughter, my back, my neck,
Women are very loyal.
Yeah.
I'm saying my cousin, I'm gonna have my cousin, he gonna be there. Like, no matter what, he'll be there. But I know her.
Somebody who don't have the familial
that's what I'm saying. If I call her and say, yo, look, the cable man gonna be here between 12 and 8 today, she would have sat there. Like, so me and her, like I always would say then, and was like, I don't want to be in a relationship because I don't want to tell you you my one and only, my moon and my stars, and it's a fucking lie.
Right.
Like, so why do that to you? I can't tell you you can't talk to nobody else and do whatever it is that you want to do, but I'm gonna do whatever the fuck that I want to do. People do that all the time, and I think that that's the stupidest shit ever. But yeah, like it took a lot, and it takes a lot for a man to get to the point where, like, I want to be in a relationship and I want to get married and I want to be with you and only you, baby, type thing. Which is we gonna dive into that a little later on down in the podcast because that's a whole nother topic in itself. But yeah, me even wanting to be in a relationship was the biggest change that I came to.
That was gonna be my answer, but I'm not there. I'm like, eventually that'll be a change that I'm gonna have to make. Is wanting to be. But
Side note, y'all, we were just talking green, different colored dresses that Tachi was having.
This is an imaginary. Every woman got a vision of her wedding. In my mind.
Give me two visions from the wedding. Give me two visions from the wedding, Jess, because you said every woman has it.
Not having one.
Courthouse, so the vision is
courthouse, baby. The courthouse is the vision for me.
Okay, so we at the courthouse. Are we in jeans? Are we actually wearing a dress? Like, what is the layout? Are we wearing 2 custom hustle sweatsuits? I mean, what's the layout?
I can send you the photo of my favorites of my wedding, my court day dress inspo. It's in my phone along with my engagement ring inspiration.
Is it on your vision board?
It's not a vision board. I just got it saved in my phone for easy access. If niggas ask, like, oh, I was looking at rings, I can pull it up real quick. Like, oh, well, since you're looking, that's what I like. You gotta have it ready. You never know. But
see, since you brought up that ring situation, I was listening to this podcast the other day, and the dude was talking about like trying to buy his girl a ring and like how do you get the kind that she like. When I bought that ring, I was in the store. I'm like, I don't even know if she gonna like this shit. I put it on the sales girl, and she was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." I'm like, "Bitch, you just trying to sell me this ring?" I don't even know.
You say this to everybody.
I'm saying, I'm like, her hand's bony as shit. Anything gonna look nice on her hand. Like,
man, that's what I just said. I'm like, look, I need a special ring. My fat fingers, if I ever.
Go ahead now. You had one more look now. You said it was at the courthouse and it was the dress and the ring already having those. That was the number 2.
Yeah, and I don't want Tashi believes I should still have a reception, but I don't want that either. I want to spend I'd rather get my Escalade or my house or a vacation for 2 weeks. I don't want a wedding. I don't want to spend
it's not even that it has to be a big thing, or even I feel like it should just be.
I want to Escalade. How you just throw up Escalade like that? Like, man, come on.
Because since I'm not getting a wedding, I want my things. I want my Escalade. I want the Mercedes. I want the house. I want my material things over the wedding. How we
get to a Mercedes and an Escalade? What are we?
Because I want both. I want the Mercedes for the car and my Escalade for the truck. You know, Mercedes on the weekend.
Snowstorms come that way.
Yeah, no, I want my truck during the week. That's the mom car. You know, picking up my one kid in the
Girl, you getting pregnant at least 3 times. He done bought all this shit. What you talking about?
Hype, you know I say this all the time. This IUD is built for tough.
You want a nigga to come. You want that man to come with the custom ring, with the custom ring, the Escalade, and the Mercedes. Girl, you getting pregnant at least 3 more times. What you talking
about? No, I'm not. Okay. I'm scared I'll be a great stepmom, but I'm scared to have another baby.
Go ahead, Tachi. Give me your 2 wedding vision board ideas. We got the green dresses.
So off topic, by the way.
No, it's not, because now this is the portion of the podcast where we talk about the What Up Though podcast. So this is getting to know the ladies. I got you, girl.
You're right. You're right.
I'm checking the time and all of that.
I want a very small wedding with just like my very closest family and friends, people who I actually would like to.
So you want to have the argument about, so you ain't invite cousin such and such because you only got 36 niggas at this wedding.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's how
we can have that if we want to, but cousin such and such can come to the reception. So I want to have a small wedding I feel like I want it outside. I can't see myself get married in the church, but like a fall type.
She want me to sweat so bad.
It's gonna be in the fall.
Outside in the fall.
It'll be nice.
In what state? Michigan?
Yeah. That'll be fun. We can. Have you ever been to Bosco? You know how they got the heated lamps? We can have it. It'll be nice. And then
Niggas gonna be on this tip.
green and gold bridesmaid dresses. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I might wear a green dress.
For the people on YouTube, this is not my color.
But I want a small wedding and a big reception is what I want. That's why I want her to have. I just feel like you're supposed to celebrate your marriage. So I don't need everybody to witness my marriage, but I would like to celebrate. Like I'm all for a party. Let's fuck some shit up.
I had 260 people at my wedding. So
what?
Just the wedding?
I told you my
and
wedding
you
cost a
planned
lot.
it in 3 months?
And I told you that's why I said I own her ass, okay? She
Oh,
owns mine and I own hers, okay?
Damn, that's a lot.
260 and a couple of niggas ain't show up.
Man.
All right. So now let's talk about first person I seen when we pulled up. It's like, who invited that nigga? Because I didn't.
Bruh. They said it's a party over here. We all going.
All right, so now let's dive into the What Up Though podcast though. That was just like slight introduction about the ladies. How many different platforms are we on now, ladies?
Eek.
Well, we are currently on the Kickback on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and wherever else you listen to your podcast.
And YouTube.
At what's the channel? What's the YouTube channel?
What Up Though Pod?
What Up Though Pod?
I think.
What Up Though Pod videos come out on Friday this week. A little late.
Charge it to our minds, not our hearts.
Charge it to the slow ass buffering time on YouTube.
Okay.
What the hell?
Hype, you put your YouTubes out, right?
Oh no, Hype doesn't do any of the technical work. Shouts out to my shouts out to my Detroit niggas on the technical side.
For our fellow podcasters that upload YouTubes from their phones, they know the struggle because you think it's loaded and you wake up 2 days later and it still ain't loaded. So we try our hardest to put the YouTubes out on Fridays, but sometimes it don't happen like that.
Shout out to Willie and shout out to Q. My Detroit niggas handle all that kind of shit.
What up, though, Q? I'm still waiting on my intro.
I'm waiting on my Christmas gift.
Me too.
My man Q had he lost his grandma, so give him a little time.
I reached out to him after that, but we need to have him back on soon.
Yeah, like next week.
So what about I see we're fumbling the ball here. What about the block? When do we find y'all on the block?
No longer on Fridays. But that just happened. No more.
All right, copy that. My bad.
We taking a break from the block. We love them though.
We've been having some transitional changes.
We'll discuss off air, but we have a lot of different things going on at What Up Though right now. Soon to be announced.
And where is it that we can get the merch from the What Up Though podcast?
From me. It go down in the DMs. We got hats. We got shirts. Kennedy is trying to be like Hype and sell bracelets for $2.
There you go, Kennedy. Talk that shit, Kennedy.
She said, make sure you talk about the bracelets. So my daughter has bracelets for $2. They really ain't $2, but you know.
Throw this in there for Kennedy. If somebody buys a certain amount of merchandise, we can throw you a bracelet from Kennedy.
And that's what I was thinking anyway. And I'll just give it to $2.
She'll never know the difference. Copy that.
She'll never know.
I don't think Kennedy subscribed.
She'll never know.
All right, so now this is the first time I had y'all on though in a while, and
it has been a minute. Even though we talk all the time.
Yeah, we talk all the time. Because like I told y'all then, I fuck with y'all, and when I get these different situations, I plug y'all in these situations if I can. Damn, what was I about to say? Yeah, when I was supposed to come on with y'all, I had a cleaning job. That was an H2H situation that day, so that was my bad. But what is it that's up next for the podcast? What is the next step that we're trying to accomplish now that we are in the 22?
So, like I said, we're transitioning. So I don't want to say too much, but it's definitely gonna be a rebranding of 2020. 2022. That's what I meant.
We don't want to do 2020 again.
Yeah, fuck 2020. We definitely rebranding our structure. trying to get like Hank, be on all these different platforms.
wanna do
Again, we
something.
love the block. I'm a shout out. I love the block. Shout out to the block. They show us a lot of love, but we just transitioning right now. Being consistent with recording, we had a huge growth from 2021 to 2022. So definitely want to continue the growth of the podcast. Start hosting some events. I'm about to.
I want to do a live
And
show.
a live
I do want to do
show.
a trip.
We're doing a live show. We doing a trip. We going on tour.
Copy
Road
that.
trip.
Where
We
you-
gotta
where-
we
where-
gotta see Hank in
where-
Philly.
where-
Whoa.
Where the kids gonna go?
We'll work
'Cause
that
they-
out.
'cause they can't come.
No, kids can't come. But yeah, we definitely want to visit you in Philly, visit the kickback in Dallas. We got some people in Atlanta. So we want to definitely start putting a face with the name in person and just linking up with our podcast people and
The
showing
one
them.
The one thing I can tell you though, before we wrap this one up, then when you do make them in person situations and then you get to meet these people and they put a face with a name and all of that, it changes the whole situation. So definitely, especially too for Dallas, big lot of love in Dallas. Shouts out to Dallas, Texas, and my niggas down there. But I appreciate y'all coming on. That was episode 51 of the How to Hustle podcast. And ladies, I need y'all to close it out for me instead of me closing it out. I need y'all to close it out the way y'all do the What Up Though every week.
All right.
5,
So
4, 3, 2.
So make sure y'all following Hank. That's Hank, not hype. He's not geeked up. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, like, rate, review, subscribe.
Let's go.
Rate, review. You gotta start spitting out there.
What
Where
up,
you
though?
at? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? We out.
Copy that. Appreciate y'all coming on episode 51, ladies. We are out.